everybody is gotta say it. That's right. I mean, music are inside your video set. That's right. The real description is here. This is the Age Music Time Factor Radio Show. Time Factor. For you know who, that's right. You know who. Wednesday, October the 8th, in the year 2014. And we're only going to continue with, a little bit of ISIS thing as far as we're concerned. So, you just have to trust me about that. So, civilized. Twisted Ivy. Now, with the Twisted Ivy League, Harvard students try to pick the U.S. over ISIS as a peace threat. Here's a peace threat for you. Whatever happens to this? Whatever happens to this Harvard students said that the U.S. is a bigger threat to the world peace than ISIS. Oh no. Let me tell you something. Harvard students has got no agenda. They got their SATs questions right, but students at Harvard blew them up. The poses as you know who, the college blog, campus reform. Guess what? Did you know the campus reform is gonna be new to my Time Factor website every Wednesday? It's gonna be new. Trust me about that. You'd be surprised next Wednesday. It's gonna be cool. Wow. I wish I could see this, but it's gonna be good. Anyways, campus reform. Reform is you can go online at campusreform.com, or I will post this on my Time Factor website next Wednesday. It's gonna be new. That's right, new. Joining with the Craytonian and UNO's Gateway, and so is campus caller, because it's Wednesday school conservative day. So you just worry about that. So it's gonna be good. But back to the drawing board things. Students were being so shocked by the quad. That's right, shocked by the quad of you know who. That's right. You know who. This shocking video. And I'm surprised because various students at the Ivy League school that they believe in America, not the Muslim fanatics. The innocence is the biggest peace threat. Peace threat, you know who, in this whole world. And why? Because I don't know. I have no clue whatsoever, so you just have to trust me about that. Could be twisted. Ivy League. And no one wants to be this outrageous than ISIS. So if it wasn't for these schools by the innocent people, could be a threat. I'm sorry, it could be a world threat, because most of the students share their interviews with the same sentimental than ISIS. Then guess what? ISIS wouldn't exist. It hasn't been the past actions of the U.S. So what about this one? This one, I have no clue whatsoever. I want you to I want to hear this soundbite about those Harvard students saying they're bigger than this, bigger than the world peace than ISIS. Well, ISIS. So guess what? Listen to this before it. Yeah, never mind. Take a look at the list. Listen to this.
So we're at Harvard University talking with students, asking them, what is a greater threat to world peace, ISIS or America? What is a bigger threat to world peace, America or ISIS?
To world peace? Oh,
America?
In many ways, I have to think it's America because America's making decisions that are much more likely to affect the world.
What is a greater threat to world peace, America or ISIS?
I think American imperialism and our protection of oil interests in the Middle East are destabilizing the region and allowing groups like ISIS to gain power.
As a Western civilization, we're to blame for a lot of the problems that we're facing now. I don't think anyone would argue that we didn't create the problem of ISIS ourselves.
We are, at some level, the cause of it.
The amount of spending that America has on causes of potential destruction in the world is really outlandish. We've been learning about this recently, how much America spends on defense mechanisms alone, and it's really quite astounding compared to any other country in the world, really.
I just had an interesting conversation last night with a couple of my neighbors, and that they can see how the ideology of ISIS might appeal to people in the Middle East who aren't familiar with how we think over here as Americans. They have a skewed view of us, just as a lot of Americans have a skewed view of them.
Of ISIS.
Of ISIS, yeah.
Now you see what happens? Now you see what happens? America. People says America. Not you, ISIS. Because you try to behead it. It's a killing machine. Beheaded, blood spilling all over the place. How cruelty is this? You're so dumb. Yeah, you. You, ISIS. You're so evil. You're so irresponsible. And by the way, did you listen to that the battle for La Penta from the Blaze Radio Network? Yeah, Buck Sexton's show. Yeah, Buck Sexton. Oh yes, he's this guy. Buck Sexton is right. It's right all along because he spilled it in all that blood, all that crap, and all that. He beheaded. And what does the rest of the Christians do? Well, the Christians are furious. They are going into war. War. So everybody else gets civilized. What about America? See, America will battle you. We as Americans will battle you. That's what you guys try to kill the beheaded people, like James Foley, OM2, Alan Henning, and all that crap of yours. You, ISIS. I demand I demand an apology for what you've done. I demand an apology for what you did. Now, for your information, I want you to stop this killing, beheading stuff like that. If you behead it one more time, all these U.S. airstrikes will blast you for good. So don't ever do that again. I will analyze this on my final closing Time Factor Friday video conference thoughts. So is Time Factor radio show and all that this weekend. So you just trust me about that. But thanks to campus reform, we couldn't do this without you. Anyways, here's another worst nightmare. That's right. The latest Ebola effect. Because Ebola effect. So why in heavens on earth, because those scare tactics about this 5 airports, U.S. airports you couldn't go with it because the travelers are safe with Ebola. It has been stricken by the countries in West Africa, and we'll start to have a huge temperature at a time like this. Uh, because the 5 airports are still part of this extra screening measure being implemented in the coming days, and that's what the official says. But what about the new procedures? It will begin this Saturday in New York City's JFK International, and will be launched next week in New York, Newark, Washington, Dulles, and so it's Chicago, O'Hara, and should I say Atlanta airports. So it could be Anyone else give still life. Andrea Tanteros analyzed this. Listen to this. Uh,
On deck this week, Ebola. And is it affecting our travel sector? And should the United States finally move to limit flights from countries stricken with the failed disease? This, as Thomas Eric Duncan, the man who was stricken with Ebola and treated in Dallas, Texas, passed away. Let's bring in both of our experts today.
now. Now. See, this is what happens. I will post it. Andrea Tanteros is gonna be good. I will post this on Monday's TimeFactor website, and you see what happens next if you don't try this at home because the screenings could be conducted for the travelers who are arriving 5 airports from New Guinea and Guinea and Liberia and Sierra Leone. Leone. But what about Josh Ernest describing? Yeah, the nerd. Yeah, Josh Ernest. The says like what we are eternally essentially doing is adding another layer of security. You're wrong, Ernest. You said the airports. You're so wrong. No, you're so wrong. This is a Liberian man, and you and he's dying. You call this essentially another layer of security. You're so mind. You're such a blockhead. Imagine Charlie Brown and Snoopy blockhead. Josh Ernest, you're such a stupid. You're a blockhead. You know. But the moral story is, yeah, President Obama, yeah, and his stupid administration was wrestled in recent weeks with what it can do since arriving passengers may not be sympathetic, symptomatic. When they arrived, you're, and the final word is this from Pete Sessions, from he's a Republican from Texas, says this all these rules, and he says, and he told that we need to make sure that the American people understands what the plan is, and to give the people confidence they are addressing to the issue instead of saying. And we put out this newspaper in the Financial Times in the 2 weeks ago. There is no need to be alarmed, but in fact, there is alarm because this administration, yeah, President Obama and his stupid administration continues to unprepared. Prepared. See, I told you so. You gotta be kidding me. But anyways, I'll analyze this on tomorrow on my Thursday night news live wire on the Blaze Television Network, and so is my time. So is my final closing time factor video coverage on status tomorrow. And you'll be surprised that Ebola can affect everybody else. So you better look out. As for Josh Ernest, yeah, he's a blockhead. He's not for sale even. Forget. But anyways, don't forget to Facebook and follow LH Music at Facebook.com and Twitter.com. And you know my username, LH Music Time, and so is Time Factor website, lhmusictimefactor.gemdo.com. Well, I'll be working on it later on tonight, even if it kills me. And so is my Time Factor page on Facebook as well. But anyways, tomorrow's gonna be newspapers and a little bit of update of Ebola, all that stuff. And don't forget this weekend, final closing Time Factor Friday video coverage of thoughts. It returns from Daily Motion, and it's gonna be good. So trust me about that. Anyways, I gotta go. I got choir rehearsal to catch, so you just have to trust me about that. LH Business about to sign off. Go God's blessings, and I salute you, America. Take care. Bye bye for now. See ya.